everyone. Welcome to Storytime with the Bookmobile. I'm Brianna.
I'm Will.
And I'm Olivia.
And we're really excited to have you actually on the Bookmobile this month because Northwest Access TV is moving their studios, so we got a special chance to bring you on the Bookmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Will, do you want to tell us about our word for the month?
Sure. So we're talking about the word story, because what better word to talk about in the Bookmobile than stories? And so we're going to be reading this book called Wild About Books. And we're doing some crafts about animals and singing some songs and, well, just one song, and telling some jokes about books. And so, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. What's our song?
Our song is Read, Read, Read a Book.
Ooh.
Start.
What tune is that?
So it's to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
Awesome.
Perfect. I know that one.
Read, read, read a book, travel anywhere. Worldwide you decide, a book will take you there. Read, read, read a book, beginning to the end. What a way to spend the day, a book's a special friend.
Wow,
That's
that was a great song.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Do you have any jokes for us this month, Brianna?
I do. You ready?
I think so.
Why does an elephant use her trunk as a bookmark?
That would be convenient,
It would be, yeah.
but I'm not sure why.
Then she knows when she stopped reading.
That's a good one.
All right. You guys should know the next one because we work at a library.
All right.
So, where does a librarian sleep?
Hopefully in the
Not in the
house.
back of the bookmobile,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Between the covers. Ooh, this one has a lot to do with our story time, so maybe you'll know. What does a book do in the winter?
Hibernate in the shelves.
Puts on its book jacket.
All right.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a good one.
All right. What do librarians take fishing?
A good book.
It's a tough one.
Street fishing isn't very exciting, but bookworms.
I don't know if those are good at catching fish.
Probably not. Unless the fish also like books.
Yeah.
Why didn't the burglar break into the library?
I'm not sure.
He was afraid he'd get a long sentence.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right. Are
Cool.
you guys ready to do our craft?
Yeah, let's do
I'm
it.
very excited.
Awesome. All right. So today for our craft, we're going to be making these cool little animal puppets out of paper bags. So you can take your paper bag and stick your hand inside of it to find where your mouth is.
Oh no.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
And then you can just decorate it however you want. So you can add some eyes here, face, maybe some designs on its body, ears, arms. I think we're going to do that right now and see what we come up with.
Yeah.
All right.
What kind of animal are you going to make, Brianna?
I think I might make mine a dragon.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what were some of your guys' favorite stories when you were kids?
Well, I really liked the Paper Bag Princess was one of my favorite picture books.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
I like that one too.
she goes and she saves the prince and she ends up being burned by the dragon. Her hair is a mess and she's wearing a paper bag and the prince tells her that he doesn't want to marry her, so she leaves and she's like, fine. you stay with this dragon then, I just saved you.
I remember my parents had this old Italian picture book called Danilo the Fruit Man. And it was he was this nice old fruit salesman who went around the town selling fruit to people. And it was a good book.
Nice. What happened in the story?
I don't remember much about it. Just remember that it was a good one.
What about you, Olivia? What was one of your favorites?
I really liked fairy tales. I had a couple like big books of fairy tales about, I don't know, different fantastical situations, and those were always really fun to read. Maybe these could be our new sock puppets.
I could, yeah.
Oh no, I would never give up tuna.
We could join the sock puppets maybe.
Yeah,
Never have too many.
of course not. I don't know if this dragon's gonna end up looking like a dragon, but that's okay.
I think mine's turning into a lemur. That's what it's ended up looking like.
It's probably good that you decided just to go with it.
Yeah, it's gonna decide for itself.
Sometimes things have a mind of their own.
It's true.
Especially craft projects.
It's kind of a dragon.
Yeah, it's nice. Can I have the glue one more time?
Yes.
He's eating a berry.
That's fun.
Oh, cute. He looks like a red panda.
Oh yeah, that's what he is now.
no.
He's a green panda.
A green panda.
It's a new species.
Oh, that doesn't look like it.
All right.
I'm just gonna leave him harmless.
You guys ready to
Yeah.
display your creatures?
Oh, they're so
There they
nice.
are. I bet they could all tell a story
Yeah.
together.
Maybe next time.
All right.
Three
should we move on
unlikely
to our
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. Wild About Books by Judy Sierra. Pictures by Mark Brown. Here's Bookmobile. It started the summer of 2002 when the Springfield librarian, Molly McGrew, by mistake drove her bookmobile into the zoo. Molly opened the door and she let down the stair, turned on the computer, and sat in her chair. At first, all the animals watched from a distance, but Molly could conquer the strongest resistance. By reading aloud from Good Dr. Seuss, she quickly attracted a mink and a moose, a wombat, an oryx, a lemur, a lynx, 8 elephant calves, and a family of skinks. In a flash, every beast in the zoo was stampeding to learn all about this new something called reading. Forsaking their niches, their nests, and their nooks, they went wild, simply wild, about wonderful books, choosing thin books and fat books and Cat in the Hat books, and new books and true books, and heaps of how-to books. Giraffes wanted tall books, and crickets craved small books, while geckos could only read stick-to-the-wall books. The pandas demanded more books in Chinese. Molly filled their requests, always eager to please. She even found waterproof books for the otter, who never went swimming without Harry Potter. Raccoons read alone, and baboons read in bunches, and llamas read dramas while eating their lunches. Hyenas shared jokes with the red-bellied snakes, and they howled and they hissed their funny bones until their funny bones ached. A tree kangaroo who adored Nancy Drew began solving mysteries right there at the zoo, such as, why were the bandicoots' books overdue? Gently, Molly taught lessons in treating books right, for the boa constrictor squeezed Crichter too tight. Baby bunnies mucked up Goodnight Moon with their paws. Giant termites devoured the Wizard of Oz. And Bear's love of books was completely outrageous. They licked all the pictures right off of the pages. Tasmanian devils found books so exciting that soon they had given up fighting for writing. They made up adventures so thrilling and new that the others decided to be authors too. Pythons wrote with their tails, penguins wrote with their bills, and porcupines wrote with every one of their own quills. At the new insect zoo, bugs were scribbling haiku. The scorpion gave each a stinging review. As the cheetah's new novel began to take shape, he read chapters each night to the Barbary ape. And although the gazelle couldn't spell very well, Like everyone else, she had stories to tell. Imagine the hippo's enormous surprise when her memoir was given the Zulitzer Prize. With so many new books, Molly knew what to do. She hired 12 beavers, a stork, and a gnu to build a branch library there at the zoo. Then the animals cried, "We can do it ourselves! We can check the books out! We can put them on shelves!" And they did, and they do, up to this very day. 3 cheers for the Zoobery! Hip, hip, hooray! When you visit the zoo now, you surely won't mind if the animals seem just a bit hard to find. They are snug in their niches, their nests, and their nooks, going wild, simply wild, about wonderful books. The end. So, oh, that was good.
It's a good book, yeah.
Yeah. And what were your favorite parts?
I like the scorpion who gives bad reviews, because I thought they were pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, those were pretty funny. What about you, Olivia?
I have to show you my favorite part. So my favorite part is this page where all the beasts are stampeding towards the bookmobile, because sometimes it feels like that when we pull up to a daycare. And I really like this pig there. He's my favorite. I think he's really cute.
He's really cute. I really liked the page where the kangaroo is reading mysteries and then decides to solve mysteries at the zoo. 'Cause sometimes books sort of inspire me like that. I'll read a book about something and I want to try it. And yeah, we have a special guest coming on right now, who's Will's going to interview. Do you want to tell us about that?
So we're interviewing our superintendent, Winton Goodrich, who is very nice to come down and do an interview for us here on the Bookmobile. So
Yeah,
let's get started.
Woo!
All right, so today we have a special guest with us here today. So we have Winton Goodrich, who's our superintendent here. And so yeah, we're going to talk to him a bit about his favorite books and what his reading habits are. So Win, thanks for being here.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
And as far as the reading habits, when you first asked me, when I was first asked to do this, I was thinking about the books that I read to our children and now to our grandchildren. And so I have a few favorites there. The first one that came to my mind is Pete the Cat. And Pete the Cat in the white shoes, and I thought it was blue shoes, and so I did a little research, and I think it's both. But when I was growing up, and I was probably upper elementary, the Hardy Boys book the whole series was my favorite, and I spent a lot of time in that. And what I do now is I read recorded books, because I don't have much time to kind of sit and read. So when I'm driving, I have some favorite authors that I've read every one of their books. And my wife said, "You've listened to every one of the books,
Right.
You haven't read them." And so that's the reality.
All right. That's good. And so what have libraries led you to? And what would you say the library means for you in this program?
Well, I'm in this library, and this is a pretty special library because it travels.
That's true.
And I think libraries are changing a lot. The issue that technology has woven its way into the library itself, and that librarians are library and media specialists now. So they're not only doing books as we've known them, but they're doing books electronically and all kinds of additional ways that technology, I'll say, enhances. Some will say it detracts from literature and reading.
Oh, that was very well said. Thank you. But yeah, so any other closing remarks? Any other thoughts on Bookmobile you want to share with people?
Well, I think it's pretty neat that we're able to take books and take it to where children are. And I know that there are a lot of farm families that don't get out much. It's a very rural area, and I think that's one of the benefits of the Bookmobile, and the fact that it takes literature and reading to the families, especially families that are maybe not have that opportunity or maybe not have that value to be able to have it available for them. I think it's pretty neat.
So we want to say a big thank you to Win for coming on. He's retiring this year, so we're really gonna miss him. And yeah, Will, did you have a nice conversation?
I did. It was really nice to talk to him and see how we all really feel how important books are to all of us, and
Definitely. Yeah.
it's a good thing
great.
now.
We love books.
We do. In case you couldn't tell.
Yeah. And Olivia, do we have any announcements for this month?
Well, the Bookmobile is going to be participating in the Art Bop at the libraries. So we'll be at the Sheldon Library from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and at the Haston Library in Franklin from 10 a.m. to 11 on May 12th. And we're going to have a bunch of art displayed from the child care providers we visit, and it's going to be really great. So check us out there.
Oh, that's exciting. And other than that, we'll just see you next time.
Yeah.